So day 4 of Packers training camp is now in the books, so we have some different things to go over. Just as for the past 3 days, I will go over sort of the biggest things that did happen today at Packers training camp, including some injuries, Aaron Rodgers' thoughts on the center, and some other things as well. But if you guys are new here, you want to see more Packers news, Packers content, all things Packers, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. So the first thing I want to take a look at, which I think was sort of the biggest thing that I sort of saw from today, it's actually a quote from Aaron Rodgers on Packers' new rookie center, Josh Meyers. With Corey Linsley leaving this offseason, Packers come in, draft a second-round center. And I think the question has been, is he going to be ready to come in and immediately produce for this Packers offense? Because obviously, the guy snapping the ball is pretty important. And so to have a guy, coming in here as a rookie, hopefully he can come in and get things done quickly for this Packers team. So James Jones and Aaron Rodgers were on, NFL Network earlier today. I was watching a conversation between them, and this is what James Jones asked Aaron Rodgers. He said, "Who had stood out to you on the offensive side of the ball that you would be like, hey, this dude is going to give us a chance to make some big-time plays this season?" Aaron Rodgers comes in and says, "I gotta say the center, Josh Meyers. For a guy to come in as a draft pick, as a rookie, and to be that comfortable, it's pretty impressive. We've had some great ones over the years that I've been fortunate enough to play with. Obviously, Corey Linsley for the last number of years. J.C. Tretter before that. Scotty Wells was a great center for us, and a number of other guys that we've had over the years at that spot. He," talking about Josh Meyers, "is very comfortable. He's very comfortable with the system, comfortable in his own skin. He's a big fella. He's probably the biggest center I've had in front of me. But I like the way that he stepped in and controlled the huddle and the calls the first 4 days." So if you're Josh Meyers right now sitting at home, wondering if Aaron Rodgers has approved of your work so far, well, he's probably pretty excited, pretty stoked right now that Aaron Rodgers sort of sees a lot in him and sees the work he's putting in, the way that he's growing, the comfortability that he already has in his Packers offense already in the first week of training camp. So I think the fact that this new rookie center in his first week with Aaron Rodgers, for the entire offseason, because Rodgers wasn't there, to come in and for Aaron Rodgers to have this to say about you when James Jones asked, about anyone who stood out to him, I think that's pretty impressive, and I think that has to give, us Packers fans some confidence in Josh Meyers coming in as a rookie, for this season. So I thought that was probably the biggest, my biggest takeaway from today was just, the fact that Rodgers seems to have confidence in Josh Meyers, which I think is pretty important. So now moving on to injuries, which is always, a sad thing to cover, but they do happen a lot considering men are, running at each other and tackling each other. So first off here, we have Matt Schneidman on Twitter saying Packers did not participate. Lots of these guys are on the PUP list, physically unable to perform. We have tight end Dominic Daphne with a knee injury, running back Patrick Taylor with a groin injury, Kinsley Keke, ankle injury, Kevin King, hammy, Isaiah McDuffie, rookie, hammy, Will Redmond, foot, Zadarius Smith, back, and Simon Stefaniak, personal. I also saw a little bit before this that Simon Stefaniak seems to have been placed on the retired list, so he may be retiring. I just saw that news really recently, so that is sort of interesting. But those are all the guys who are injured right now. Hopefully they can heal up sometime soon. I'm guessing they'll be ready when the season starts. I don't know, though, because, I guess these injuries happened over in the offseason sometimes, so lots of these guys didn't start off, playing this week. Then we move on to Rob Domofsky here on Twitter. He says, Davante Adams does this every single day. While the special teams are on the field, he works on his releases at the line of scrimmage. Talk about making your strengths even stronger. So we all know Davante Adams, best wide receiver in the NFL, and it makes sense. He puts in the effort, all the extra effort you possibly can need when it comes to route running, which I think is sort of something cool to note for Davante Adams. Then moving on to Wes Hodquist, he said this on Twitter. Big Ben Braden getting first team work today. Jackson and Stokes are outside corners. So this Packers offensive line has been something to watch. We already, at the beginning of this video, talked about, rookie Josh Meyers. And if Ben Braden was, a guy that was talked about a little bit earlier this offseason, getting some work at left tackle. And now, the Packers, sort of using him a little bit, using lots of different other guys now with Dennis Kelly also coming in the past few days. There is lots, going on with this Packers offensive line. With David Bakhtiari being down, I think the Packers have so much depth right now on the offensive line, especially bringing in Dennis Kelly. So who knows how this, line's going to finish off. Probably Josh Meyers center, Elton Jenkins somewhere because he can pretty much play everywhere. Maybe tackle, maybe not if Bakhtiari's gone to start the season. Billy Turner. There's lots going on, but it's sort of interesting to note that, he was getting some first team work today. Maybe that's to give some guys some rest. Maybe they don't want to, work him out too much, but also, just something to keep an eye on. Then moving on to Ryan Wood here on Twitter, he says Packers cornerback Jair Alexander not taking team reps after dropping out yesterday with what he indicated were cramps. Josh Jackson getting first team reps across Eric Stokes without Alexander, Chandon Sullivan the nickel. So Jair Alexander yesterday, he was saying that it was super hot. It seemed that he was having cramps, and today he wasn't taking any reps as well. So that leaves Jair Alexander and Kevin King both out, not participating. So Josh Jackson, rookie Eric Stokes, and Chandon Sullivan were getting that work in there today. Then another tweet from Ryan Wood. He says, Eric Stokes' education continues. Packers rookie just got beat on a deep vertical against Davante Adams. That's 3 touchdowns he's allowed against Adams and Aaron Rodgers in the past 2 days. He's got plenty of company in the NFL. So Eric Stokes, having to face off against Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers, arguably the best, wide receiver combo in the NFL, or wide receiver quarterback combo in the NFL. Pretty tough as a rookie, for your first training camp coming in. But obviously facing off against a guy like Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, you'd have to think overall, it's good news for the coming season, considering most quarterbacks he plays, are not going to be that good, and then most wide receivers are definitely not going to be that good. And overall, most quarterback wide receiver duos, there's pretty much no one, like Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers. So I think that, it's good that he gets to face off against, the highest possible competition. So definitely he's learning a lot, learning a ton as a rookie, having to face off against these legends. Then moving on, we have Ryan Wood again saying Packers again dropping Adrian Amos in the box with their 3 safety look. With Henry Black off NFI, which is, non-football injury, he drops back as deep safety with Darnell Savage Jr. It was Vernon Scott deep with Savage when Black was on the NFI. So this is something we covered yesterday, I believe it was, or was the day before. With the Packers using that 3 safety look yet the other day, it was having, Vernon Scott in there, but it seemed to be that was because, Henry Black was on the non-football injury list. So maybe Henry Black is still sort of the guy they see that they want to use back there instead of Vernon Scott. They did use Henry Black a little bit more last season. So we'll see sort of what happens there with, that 3rd safety, obviously with Adrian Amos and, Darnell Savage being 2 of the best safeties in the NFL for the Packers. And then to finish it off, we have a couple more things here. We have Aaron Rodgers just being great as per usual. Aaron Rodgers flushed right out of the pocket on extended play and threw a frozen rope 40 yards downfield to Davante Adams, who got behind Josh Jackson and Adrian Amos. Rodgers has been on fire, playing at his MVP form since he returned. So there's no surprise there. Aaron Rodgers is a baller. Aaron Rodgers is a beast. And Aaron Rodgers, why can't he come in here win MVP back-to-back? I feel like he can do it. I think, he's going to come in here and ball out one more time as he seems to, continually be doing. Then here we have, to finish it off, we have this tweet here. So Andy Herman said, MVS giving A.J. Dillon a route running tutorial on the sideline. Fun to watch. Peter Bukowski says, when we talk about player-led culture, this is such a big part of it. We've seen these moments increase so much under Matt LaFleur, crucial for player development and locker room culture. So it has been pretty cool to see these different players who have a little bit more experience on the Packers in the league coming in and sort of mentoring these younger guys. Also in a highlight video from earlier today, if you guys haven't seen that, it's on my channel. So from some training camp things today. You also saw Mercedes Lewis mentoring Robert Tonyan when it came to run blocking. Lewis obviously being a great, run blocking tight end, giving Tonyan some pointers as well. So it is cool to see these guys coming in, guys who've maybe been here a little bit longer coming in and sort of mentoring and giving tips to these younger guys, which, I think definitely is important and definitely helps with lots of these, young guys' development, which is pretty cool to see the guys coming in and sort of doing that kind of thing. But that pretty much covers it for week 1 of Packers training camp. It has been fun breaking down all these videos. If you guys want to see more, all the injury news, all the, signings, everything that's going down here for the rest of this preseason coming into the season as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. Drop a like on the video as well if you guys enjoyed it. But I appreciate all you guys watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.